Every season we have had so far in Chapter 5 has introduced a new threat to the island. In Chapter 5 Season 1 we had the Society, who were trying to take full control of the island, but their highest ranking member Valeria got too carried away with finding the Pandora's box, in which she eventually found. In which this actually made her responsible for the downfall of her own faction and the release of Zeus, who was our next threat in Chapter 5 Season 2, in which his goal was to wipe out the entire of mortality. But as we destroyed the hourglasses, which are huge sources for Zeus's power, Zeus became very weak and did not have the power to wipe out every mortal on the island. But Zeus did have a little bit of power left in him, and he used this power to charge up his statue at Mount Olympus and to raise its sword and to strike down on the Pandora's box with lightning, in which this didn't just heavily damage the box and make it disappear, but it also let out the orange orb on the Pandora's box, which then fled off into the distance, creating a massive sandstorm, and also letting out the Wasteland warriors who were behind this sandstorm on their Leviathan ship. Now eventually the sandstorm collapsed on the island, creating the Wasteland, and the Leviathan ship arrived on the island as well, in which this introduced us to our main threat of Season 3, Megalodon, who is the leader of the Wasteland warriors, and he wants to raise the island to the ground with his Leviathan ship, which is something he will soon be doing, and he will actually do it in this season's upcoming mini live event.
My Leviathan is refueled with nitro. It will tear through this island with its teeth. It will blacken the sky, rend the beaches in two, and devour your pathetic little cities. And then, once everything of value has been plundered, consumed, or merely destroyed, then I will seek new horizons to burn.
So yeah, that's a pretty chilling message from Megalodon, but that's genuinely his plan. That's genuinely what he's gonna do. And unfortunately, it is very unlikely that he is gonna fail. So Megalodon might actually get away with messing up a huge majority of the island. Now, we don't know the entire of Megalodon's plan. Like, we don't know if something else will be added onto this. For example, there are theories that Megalodon's Leviathan is gonna raise into the drought lake in the middle of the island, and then this will probably arise the 0 point. We don't actually know, but this mini event will have something to do with Season 4. Also, do remember that there may be a chance of Megalodon's plan actually failing, because Persephone did dare Megalodon to sail his Leviathan down the River Styx, in which this could end up bad for Megalodon because the River Styx is genuinely a very toxic river, and there are a few waterfalls in the River Styx which could easily stop Megalodon's Leviathan, but for now we are genuinely not sure. But something that we are sure about is that Megalodon's plan has got something to do with Fortnite's next big villain, the Wanderer, who is most likely gonna be the main threat for next season. And as of now, he is working with Megalodon, and this was actually confirmed by a vision that the Oracle gave Hope. But I will get more into the Oracle in a bit. Now, just like Megalodon, the Wanderer was also stored in this orange Pandora's box orb as well, which was of course let out in last season's mini event. And so he came to the island alongside with the Leviathan. Now, as of now, we do not know what the Wanderer's purpose is, but we do know that it's dark, and that right now he's just walking around specific locations on the island, just analyzing and observing things, pretty much just waiting to step out of the shadows. This Wanderer has been watching everyone on the island for a while now, with different characters having different experiences. For example, I've been looking over my shoulder for a while now. I'm always on edge these days. Every so often, though, I feel like I'm being watched, but there's never anything there. I mean, the Wasteland is strange enough as is, but lately, I don't know, I feel like someone's watching me. Wasteland's full of weirdness, some call it the Weird Land, but recently there's been this figure in the distance. They don't scare me, of course, but I've heard they scare other people. But recently, I've seen something on the horizon. Visions of a stranger, of an impending evil. And I am not alone. A wanderer has been walking the wasteland. Looks like one spicy character. Vanishes faster than a hot flash though. I don't think they can handle my heat. Now, yeah, I know I did those stupid voices, but they're right. They are all being watched right now. Watched by the Wanderer. In which we do not know a lot of stuff about the Wanderer. We only know that they like to keep themselves private. They're on the island for a dark purpose. Looking into their hood would be a vision beyond what our puny minds could comprehend. They are a male, and right now they are working with Megalodon. Now, I'm not going to be debunking who the Wanderer is, but I'm telling you right now, it can't be Dr. Doom. Why is this? Because Dr. Doom has nothing to do with the Pandora's box. We've seen a little bit of the Wanderer's face before in a loading screen, and it's not disfigured, unlike Dr. Doom's. And also, Dr. Doom isn't that type of guy to be wasting his time just strolling around an island, no. So that's why I think that the Wanderer will be a completely new character, but if the Wanderer is not going to be Dr. Doom, then why did I title this video as Fortnite is doomed? Well, that's because it genuinely is. I really do think that Megalodon will succeed with just completely messing up the island and just completely tearing it apart. And after Megalodon has done this, I think that him and the rest of his wasteland warriors will flee off and find new horizons to destroy. Let's look at the state of everything on the island right now. How exactly are we gonna stop Megalodon? As we don't have that much time left, as his pipeline is almost finished with only one part needing to be attached. And also, what could Hope, the main protagonist of this season, do to stop Megalodon? Nothing. I don't think she can do anything. But again, there are a few ways how Megalodon could possibly fail. For example, I don't know, maybe the River Styx could intoxicate his ship and then he could possibly crash. Or maybe the Oracle could help Hope do something. As we know that in the next story quests, the Oracle will be having a very interesting discussion with Hope. And this discussion will be all about the Wanderer and what happens next. Because of course, the Oracle would know. And well, she knows that the skies will soon blacken and the Wanderer will reveal himself. And this is what I think is gonna happen in Season 4, where the Wanderer is actually the main villain. But before some of you say, well, Zio, next season is a confirmed Marvel season, so this must mean that the Wanderer is Dr. Doom. No, it really doesn't, because Dr. Doom is most likely gonna be an ally of the Wanderer next season. Or he might be his own separate villain, we genuinely don't know, but what we do know is that the Wanderer will play quite a huge role next season. But something that I spoke about in my last video is that I think that next season is gonna be a war season. Last season, the Oracle said,
"But your war has not yet begun."
In which the Oracle is basically saying that soon we'll be in a war. And it's most likely that this war is us against the Wanderer. Sorry, not only us, but us and Marvel superheroes against the Wanderer. In this season's upcoming mini-event, something else than the Leviathan just messing up everything will happen. And it will lead us into Season 4, where I think it will be a war season, where the Wanderer will most likely reveal themselves. And he will be our next threat, and the only way to stop him is by calling Marvel superheroes to the island. Like maybe Sword, who were teased by the gem constellations, could come to the island and help deal with the Wanderer. And Dr. Doom will also come to the island next season, whether he comes as a threat, maybe an ally for the Wanderer, or maybe he will help us defeat the Wanderer. We don't know for sure, but I'm telling you, there's gotta be a war next season, where it's us and the Marvel superheroes against the Wanderer. Or maybe it could be a war against another Marvel character, we don't know, but what we do know is that the Wanderer will be a huge threat next season. But whatever happens, Fortnite is doomed. Now, some parts of this videos are kind of just theory, so take them with a grain of salt. And we'll get more information about Season 4, this season's mini-event, and the Wanderer in the next update, which will be the final update for this season, and it will come out in a few days. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also join the Discord server, link in description. But now, just remember that Megalodon's plan will unfold soon, and right now, we are doomed.